Well, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I honestly enjoy watching other YouTubers' K-pop opinion videos. However, it sometimes feels like people are always complaining about the same things that have already been discussed a billion times already, and I'm honestly so tired. So in this video I will be presenting you some K-pop opinions that I think we should stop talking about because nobody fucking cares anymore. So now, without wasting any more time, let's just begin. Nobody cares that you unstand or lost interest in an artist. Like, what am I supposed to do with this information? I get it that you're seeking for validation from someone else that has unstand someone for the same reasons as you. But what makes you think I give a single fuck about the fact you unstand this group because you didn't vibe with their music anymore? So what? You think it's gonna influence me into unstanding them as well because someone on the internet says they've lost interest? Nobody cares. Trust me, bestie. Nobody cares about the nation's boy and girl group. I don't know why some of you are so obsessed in labeling someone as the nation's group, and you would literally start fights when someone dares to claim their faves are actually the nation's group. Like, do you realize this supposed title is entirely made up, right? It's not something you can objectively confirm. It's just about people's perceptions, and I couldn't care less if you think Twice or Girls' Generation is the nation's girl group. Why are you wasting time discussing over an imaginary title? Get a life. Nobody cares you still think that song should have won Saudi 204,729 years ago. I get it, complaining about something when that something happens. But please, if entire years have passed, then please drop it. It's not relevant anymore. The whole world moved on and you're still there, angry and salty, typing on your keyboard about how that whole situation was so unfair and your faves were supposed to win. We may have cared back then, but we most definitely don't care about it now. And if you still care about stuff like that after years, then please go out and touch some grass. Nobody cares you hate 4th gen. You know what? If you despise 4th gen this much, then I'm sorry for you, because 4th gen just begun and its artists are gonna be around for a very long time, while 3rd gen artists are gonna start to retire from the market. Emotional connection to a specific generation definitely influences you and makes you like it more than the others, but your emotional connection to that generation shouldn't be blinding you and stopping you from seeing the positive sides in the other generations. But if it does, and you still completely dislike 4th gen and you cannot see anything good in it, well, we don't care. Now go back to standing your faves and shut the fuck up. Nobody cares that you think a member is useless. Listen, in your opinion, every member that doesn't hold a main position is useless. So if we go by that logic, then 90% of K-pop idols have no business being in the industry and should be retiring as we speak. There are so many important factors when it comes to being an idol, and not everything has to do with talent. So excuse me if I think it's ridiculous when you say someone is completely useless just because they're not the best at anything in their group. Whether you like it or not, visuals are important. Personality is important. Being a stan attractor is important, and trust me, even if a member's absence wouldn't have a negative impact on a group as far as talent is concerned, you would still feel their absence if they weren't there, and things wouldn't be the same without them around. Nobody cares an idol gives you bad vibes. Chances are the idol in question has literally never done anything and you're just going off of personal vibes. Expressing these kind of opinions unfortunately happens to have quite a huge effect on people, and they'll start being influenced by completely baseless opinions you have on someone. We often talk about the quote-unquote villain of K-pop, and most of the time the villain in question is a person who hasn't even done anything, but suddenly everybody starts hating because someone started it all by expressing how they have a bad feeling about this person for some reason. And then someone else is like, yes, I agree, and someone else will find supposed proof to justify their disliking towards the idol. What starts off as a seemingly harmless opinion can really turn into a bandwagon hate, so keep that shit to yourself. Nobody cares you think idol will flop without Soojin. No, they won't flop. Trust me, Soojin was popular and loved, but so are the other members. Soyeon is literally so famous and respected for her rapping, her stage presence, and her skills when it comes to songwriting. Miyeon is very much loved for her vocals and her visuals. Minnie is also loved for her incredible vocals. Uki is popular because of her very funny personality and her particular voice, and Shue is regarded as one of the prettiest visuals in K-pop. So as far as popularity is concerned, idol will still do pretty well. Now, it is true that they don't have another dancer as good as Soojin, but they're still very good performers. Plus, it's not like they have crazily complex choreos that only a super talented main dancer can pull off, so they'll be fine. They are extremely relevant in the K-pop scene as far as girl groups are concerned. Their international fan base is big. Korea loves them, so stop saying they'll flop. Just look at the amount of pre-orders they've had for their upcoming album. Idol stays relevant no matter what. Nobody cares that a group has the same concept. I don't understand why you're so obsessed with groups experimenting with different genres and styles. Groups that experiment are not more talented than groups who don't experiment. They're just more versatile. Like, I don't want Everglow to release a song like ASAP by Stacey. They wouldn't pull it off as well as they pull off their girl crush and more mature concepts. Obviously they can do cute stuff. It's not like they can't. But why would you want to see a group doing something they don't suit very well when they could stick to what they do best? Not to mention that sticking to the same concept doesn't mean always doing the same exact thing. There can be a lot of ways in which a concept can be expressed. So I don't get why people desperately want groups to try out every possible concept and genre in existence. Nobody cares that you think an idol shouldn't have debuted. So what? What's it gonna change? It's not like the company is gonna be like, oh, there's a random person on the internet that didn't want this member to debut. Let me take the member out of the lineup real quick so I can please this random person. Like what the hell? 99% of the time people just find the most random reasons to justify the fact they didn't want someone to debut when in reality it's just because they dislike that idol. I can't believe there are still people out there complaining about how Haewon shouldn't have debuted in IZ*ONE. It's been 4 years and IZ*ONE have disbanded. Yes, she was pretty lacking compared to other contestants, but we all know the lineup was rigged. Why are you still talking about it? Okay, this is all for today's video about opinions K-pop stans should stop talking about. But knowing K-pop stans, I'm sure lots of them will never stop voicing their annoying opinions. Anyway, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.